is your issue with this particular headline?
Thank you for having me on Press Pass, Olive. Sunday newspapers and having come from newsrooms are basically most of the times, because they're not driven by functions on Sunday, they're mostly made up of phantom, imagination, and newsroom creativity. The headline you've just seen, if you read the whole story, even forget the headline, if you read the whole story, no one is quoted from the DP's office. Yet you purport to write a story that DP is taking over the president's mandate at Jubilee.
Nobody may be quoted from the DP's office, but it does quote, I believe, the Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei.
Yes, and that's another thing, and I would want to put the whole context into it. The people who are quoted in that story do not purport to speak for the DP. Neither do they, even Cherargei in his quote does not speak about a takeover at Jubilee. Olive, I don't know whether you know that political parties are guided by a law in Kenya, and that by law, all political parties must have an election in March. So if a senator says we'll have an election for Jubilee in March, they're just basically speaking the facts. But Nation picks that fact of that quote and makes it a headline about phantom intrigue, dramatic movie script that goes nowhere. And by the way, this is the only time I'll speak about the Standard. Now, this Standard newspaper wrote another headline called Why Uhuru Avoided Ruto at the Airport. On this particular day...
Before we get to that, I want Macharia Gaitho to respond to...
I think it would be better if he responds to two issues.
Okay, no, just 1 second.
Okay.
But Cherargei did not talk about elections in March, but he did say the DP's best chance of securing office in 2022 would be using the vehicle that is Jubilee. And when you're talking about the law dictates March, okay, we'll get to that first. Macharia Gaitho, I'd like to get your response.
I was not involved in that particular story, but I did read it. And it is so clear it is based on interviews with people who ordinarily speak for Ruto, who are his mouthpieces, who can be expected to know what he's thinking. Another thing is what Dennis is talking about, Sunday papers being based on phantom and imagination and so on and so forth. I think you're looking at a person who doesn't know the difference between analysis and event coverage. The way he said it is that there are no events, so they go on speculation. Mm-hmm. The thing is, a Sunday paper can cover the whole week, and it can take the news of that whole week and analyze it. So if you have ever worked in a newsroom, in a serious newsroom, you should be able to know the difference between an analysis, what you call think pieces, and simple coverage of he said, she said, he said, she said. And that's the difference, I think, between a lot of the people in the news today.
All right, Rosalind, before I go back to Dennis.
Actually, I'll also agree with Macharia that the weekend papers are always mostly about analyzing what has happened in the week. And being that I've been a political reporter for a while, we know that there are politicians who are either aligned to the deputy president or aligned to the president. I know today if I look for Murathe, whatever he says is aligned to what the president will stand for. If I look for Senator Murkomen, I know that is exactly what the deputy president stands for. If I look for Itumbi himself, who is here, I will know that that is exactly what the deputy president is saying. So when he says that the news that we carry over the weekend is about imagination, I don't think he's right about that. Because if you read the articles that were carried on that day, I'm sure it was given a balanced coverage of both sides to make the reporters who reported that story to arrive at that position that this is what the deputy president is planning to do.
Okay, Dennis, a word that has come up is intrigues. Do you ever expect the deputy president's spokesman, for example, to come out explicitly on some of these issues? Some of these issues, you know, you need to dig out of the dirt.
The issue here is what party the deputy president will run with in 2022. It's a straightforward issue. What both Macharia and Rosalind, with due respect, have done here is analyzed a possible situation in a newsroom, but we are discussing a specific headline, which quotes three people. Macharia says he has read it. I would be interested to know whether he believes that those quotes quoted among the three people then come to an analysis that DP wants to take over and edge out President Uhuru Kenyatta from the position of that position. And number two, Rosalind here says that in the event that she was to make a determination on what to carry, then she would call people who would ordinarily, and even Macharia says, who would ordinarily speak for the DP. The only two people, by the way, in strict journalism parlance, who can speak for the deputy president. And those two people is Emmanuel Talam and David Mugonyi. None of those two people there was no effort from the newsroom at Nation to call, just a minute.
I disagree.
Those are the only two people who can speak for the deputy president. By the way, Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, he's on Twitter and I'm sure he's watching this and I'm sure he will even tweet to you on this issue, can only speak for the people of Elgeyo Marakwet and can also speak for the Senate of the Republic of Kenya because he's a majority leader. But Senator Kipchumba Murkomen does not speak for the deputy president. The person who is mandated to speak for the deputy president is Emmanuel Talam and David Mugonyi. And Rosalind, I don't speak for the deputy president either.
Okay, so
All right, Macharia, yes, you wanted to interject.
The nature of our politics is such that when you have a political camp or faction, call it Kieleweke, call it Tanga Tanga, call it Kanu A or B or Jubilee A or B or whatever, there are people who hold themselves out as spokesmen for that camp. Dennis Itumbi sitting here today is a spokesman for the DP.
Yes.
And we take it that every time he tweets, he's tweeting on behalf of the DP or he knows what the DP is thinking and he can, or maybe even tweeting directly for him.
This is why you say stop press, because he's advancing fake news, which we are discussing.
Well, both you and the DP have been quite vocal on social media about this fake news as far as these headlines are concerned.
That does not necessarily mean that I speak for the DP.
Do you speak for the government?
No.
What is your official title?
Secretary?
Secretary Digital.
What is your job?
Digital
Now
where?
you see now what they're doing.
They do have a valid point.
Status,
Yeah.
digital
My
secretary.
my work is to ensure.
It's
No,
to tweet.
status.
Let
When
me-
was the last time
Yeah,
you
but-
ever
All right,
tweeted
okay.
something?
Let's give him the opportunity to
My
respond.
job is to make sure the Twitter account is working, not
Which
the
one?
content on which is put
Which
out.
one? For the deputy president
For the
or
entire
the
government.
president?
For the
yeah,
entire
but you
government.
speak more for the deputy president.
That's what she thinks, not what is
No,
factual.
that is what it
Okay,
appears to be.
Just that is what the media has appeared it to be, not the
Facts are
facts.
sacred.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
opinion is free.
Yes.
Facts are sacred.
Okay, we'll
Now, let
examine
me
your
tell-
Twitter handle in a minute.
Yeah, please do. Then, actually where I was going to, and that is where we should be, what you have had here right now is what the problem is. The problem is these people are more concerned about getting third parties to speak for someone as opposed to getting to the person to speak for that person. In fact, I said, just a minute, I said here on Press Pass one time that one day President Uhuru Kenyatta told me that the biggest problem he has is that people do not know that he has a mouth and he can speak for himself. When he needs to, he'll speak for himself. When the deputy president, and he actually did that in an interview with Mark Masai, he told Mark Masai, at the point when I need to speak, I will speak. But even in the event that I'm not able to speak directly, speak to Mugonyi. And Mugonyi's deputy is Talam. This other thing that is being created here is newsroom creativity. And this is exactly what happens in the newsroom. Fake news, phantom intrigue, creative imagination, sensation, provocation, and every other applicable adjective.
Macharia, are we permitted in the newsroom to sort of assess things to their, move things on to their logical conclusion?
We take events as they're happening, we package them, we analyze them, and we give our view on what those things mean. Now, Mugonyi and Talam, he keeps mentioning Mugonyi and Talam. Unfortunately, those two fellows never want to speak. We are looking at this. One of the big problems you have in government communications is that those who are mandated to speak, most of the times, shy away from speaking. Ruto speaks for himself through his tweets every other minute. Okay, which of course also tell us something. But when you call him, he may not want to speak. Same with the president. When you call him, he may not want to speak. And he has stopped tweeting, or he's active. The guys used to tweet for him. I don't know what happened, but something went wrong somewhere in that Tower of Babel, which used to be the presidential something communications.
Another example
thing.
of fake news.
No, let him finish.
You know,
Let him finish
I don't know what is this obsession with this word fake news. You know, some people
And
seem to think that just because Trump made it a campaign issue and because he used it to mobilize his base, that it can now apply to each and every scenario. So every word must be fake news, fake news, fake news. What you should be saying, Mr. Itumbi, is read that Sunday Nation piece, then go to those 2 or 3 MPs who were spoken to by the Sunday Nation and take issue with them, not with the messenger.
The message
As simple as that.
they said the right story, the messenger wrote out the wrong story. That is the issue.
Okay,
And
Omar,
by